Good evening to you, welcome along to Team Talk. I'm Keelan Webster. Here's tonight's lineup. How did Kent sides get on in the weekend's football? Are you active enough in your job? And we try our hand at parkour. But first tonight, here's a look at the weekend's football action.
Only once have Dartford reached the final of the FA Trophy, and that was more than 40 years ago. Their quest to progress into the last 16 required them to defeat National League South rivals Chelmsford. With the first half petering out, Alex Brown clearly had his mind on the half-time Oranges. Brown saw the red miss with this horror challenge on Anthony Church. He then saw a red card waved in his direction. A brawl ensued, but Brown remained the only man to get his marching orders. The game was eventually decided by a solitary second-half goal. Max Cornhill headed down this corner to allow debutant Chris Dixon to tap in. The former Gillingham, Charlton and Ghanaian international dumped Dartford out of the cup. Ebbsfleet also failed to progress, losing to Kidderminster Harriers. Tunbridge goalkeeper Antonio Di Bernardo made it onto our Christmas bloopers not long ago, but there was nothing funny about his performance against Hendon. He made a crucial early double save for the playoff-chasing Angels before another terrific stop here. How cruel it was then to see Carl Holiday tuck away the rebound. The reply came within 4 minutes though. Mitchell Nelson rose highest at a corner, and unlike famous namesake Lord Horatio, he didn't take his eye off the ball. Tunbridge had a penalty before the break. The complaints mattered not a jot as the ref pointed to the spot for a trip on Tom Phipps. Alex Akrofi kept them on course for a trophy as his kick went between the sticks. Hendon keeper Tom Lovelock would have been disappointed not to have stopped the penalty, but he had the chance to make amends in the second half. Instead he made it 3-1 by punching into his own net. And that was how it finished in a tale of two different goalkeeping displays. The 3 points keep Tunbridge in touch with the top 5. Elsewhere, the Met Police handcuffed Folkestone by 1-0. It was a tough day at the office for Chatham as they were well beaten by a rampant Castleton Athletic. Debutant Omar Folks smashed home the opener in the first of many great goals. Castleton's second was tiki-taka-tastic. 5 players were involved before Folks found Peter Adeniyi, who in turn gave Tommy Bradford a tap-in. And it was as good as that's all, folks, when Omar made it 3 after 25 minutes. And it certainly was that just before the interval. This sloppy pass didn't seem too fatal initially, but once Bradford had burst past 2 Chatham defenders, the outcome was inevitable. 4-0 at half-time. The Kent side did get one back when Ricky Freeman crunched in a penalty, but it was merely a consolation. And it was 5-1 with 15 minutes to play. Poor old Alex Hyde in the Chatham goal made another great save, but it was the defence that was hiding as Bradford got his hat-trick. And he wasn't finished there. 5 minutes later, he blasted a left-footed effort into the bottom corner to hit Town back over the pavilion for 6. In the other Ryman South games that survived the snow, Hythe were on the right end of a 6-1 triumph, whilst Lewis got the better of Herne Bay. New year, new manager didn't yield new results for Gillingham, as a 1-0 loss to Oldham means that they're now just 5 points clear of the relegation zone. And talking of struggling sides, Margate's woeful form continued as they went down 2-0 at home to Poole to stay bottom of the National League South.
The UK has become the first country to officially recognise parkour as a sport. Harry Peat went to Gillingham Gymnastics Club to check it out.
With its high jumps and big flips, parkour mixes gymnastics with strength to move quickly over any object. How hard can it be?
So I'm here with Coach Adam, who's been doing it for about 6 years or so here at the Gillingham Gymnastics Club. So Adam, I want you to kind of show me the basics of parkour. I'm a bit of a novice. What's sort of the beginner's guide, so to speak?
Well, I'll show you more or less the steps of the safety roll. So this is like my main sort of guide. So I always teach it first. So you have to learn it, because if you're going to jump off something and you're going to land wrong or something like that, then you're easily to break a bone or injure yourself in many ways. So the first steps, you're going to want to come down to one knee.
Yep.
And this is sort of the first
stage
position. So you'll have your right knee forward, left knee back. You're going to put your hand down.
Yep.
This hand will go down, and then this arm between your knee and your hand is going to go through.
Right.
Okay, and you're going to look over here.
Yep.
So this shoulder here.
So like that.
You're glad to just sort of ease yourself over, and then you want to come up. So this knee's down. Let's give it a try.
So
hand under.
like that.
Your basic step.
Yeah. So the next step.
The next step that we're going to do is a vault. So the basic vault that I normally do is called a speed vault. So it's a quick way to get over an obstacle. All you're going to do is you're going to run it. You're going to take off, obviously right-footed. So you're right-footed. So it's always a 1 foot takeoff.
Yep.
And you're going to jump one hand down, and your legs are both going to go up this way. And you're just going to go straight over.
Yep.
That's it. That's it.
With parkour now officially being recognised as a sport in the UK, it will get access to more funding and could soon be taught in schools, giving this popular sport even more chance to grow.
And finally, are you getting enough exercise during your working day? Well, we tried out a new initiative that gets you up and about during those busy days in the office. Supported by the likes of Sport England and the British Heart Foundation, the Workplace Challenge looks at getting people more active at work.
And to battle Blue Monday today, the group encouraged those at work to take part in an active lunch.
So we got out our mini table tennis set and had an active lunch break of our own.
Most of us spend more than 60% of waking hours at work, so the initiative looks to get us up out of our office chairs and get moving.
The Active Lunch Challenge is going on for 2 months. The companies that take part can rival each other by earning points for each activity they do by logging them online.
It can be anything from a brisk walk around the office to a lunchtime jog.
And this little game of table tennis earned us 90 points for the day.
Oh, come on! 4-4. Get in.
4-4. It's down to this. No, that's down to this. No, that's down to this. Next point. Visit www.workplacechallenge.org.uk to start logging your company's activities.
Oh! Yes.
Thank you very much for watching this evening. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter simply by using the handle KM_Team Talk. We'll be back next Monday with all the latest sports stories. Good night.